My name is Alina. I was 26 when everything in my life changed. I wasn't looking for love. I wasn't even looking for a better job. I just wanted stability, something steady enough to keep me from falling apart. My mother had passed away the year before, and grief had hollowed me out in ways I still don't know how to describe. So when I walked into Haven and Company, a large marketing firm downtown, all I wanted was to survive the interview. But the moment I stepped inside his office, everything shifted. His name was Aaron Hale, my new boss. He was calm in a way that felt collected but tired. Tired the way people are when they've carried too much for too long. He had the kind of eyes that noticed everything but revealed nothing. The kind of presence that made you straighten your back without him saying a single word. I was intimidated, but also strangely drawn to him. He read my resume quietly, then looked up. "You've been through a lot," he said softly. I froze. My heart stumbled over itself. How do you know?" He turned the resume around and gently tapped on the dates. "You had 3 jobs in 2 years, and a 6-month gap. That usually means life happened." He paused. "And life is never gentle." No one had ever read me like that. No one had ever seen me like that. I tried to smile, but my voice cracked. "My mother died last year." He exhaled slowly. "I'm sorry. Truly." Something about the way he said it, like he cared, like my pain wasn't a burden, made the air in the room shift. And that is where it began. Working under Aaron felt like working under a storm cloud that protected instead of destroyed. He pushed me, but not cruelly. He corrected me, but gently. And he listened. God, he listened. Whenever I stayed late, he stayed too. Whenever I doubted myself, he gave me reasons not to. Whenever I broke down in the bathroom or in the hallway, grief hitting me in random, brutal waves, he never looked disappointed. He always said the same thing. "You don't have to be strong all the time, Alina." Those words became my lifeline. But what I didn't know, what I couldn't know, was that he was breaking too. He was divorced. His ex-wife had left him for someone else 2 years earlier. He didn't talk about it much, but the pain lived behind his eyes like a permanent shadow. 2 wounded hearts, in the same building, breathing the same air. It was only a matter of time. It was raining, hard, merciless rain that soaked through your clothes and your spirit. We were the only 2 working late, preparing for a major client presentation. When the thunder cracked, I flinched, and he noticed. "Are you afraid of storms?" he asked. I shook my head. "No, just memories." He didn't push, but he walked to the windows and closed the blinds. "So the storm stays out there," he whispered, "and not in here." I don't know why, but I started crying. Not loud, not dramatic, just tears silently falling one after another. He came closer, slowly, carefully, like approaching a wounded animal. Then he said something I will never forget. "You don't have to carry everything alone." And when he wrapped his arms around me, I didn't pull away. Neither did he. That night, my heartbreak met his heartbreak, and our wounds kissed before our lips ever did. We tried to resist it. We tried to stay professional, but some connections feel like fate refusing to let go. He brought me coffee every morning. I brought him quiet company during late hours. He made me laugh again. I made him hope again. People noticed, whispers spread, but we didn't care. For the first time in years, we felt alive. One evening, after months of fighting the inevitable, he said, "I don't know where this will lead, but I want it to lead somewhere with you." My heart answered before my mouth could. Yes. And just like that, we were no longer boss and employee. We were two broken souls learning how to love again. Dating your boss is complicated. Dating your boss in a company full of gossiping employees is war. But we made it work. A year later, he proposed. It wasn't planned, it wasn't fancy, it wasn't even romantic in the traditional sense. We were sitting on the office floor at 1 a.m., exhausted, eating cheap takeout. He looked at me suddenly, eyes soft, voice trembling. "Will you marry me?" I burst into tears and nodded, because I had already built a future with him in my heart. We married quietly, a small ceremony, just us and a handful of people. I thought the hardest part of life was behind me. I was so wrong. Being married to your boss sounds like a dream, but reality is much heavier. The office treated me differently. The kindness vanished. Respect became suspicion. Every success was blamed on favoritism. Every mistake became proof of incompetence. I tried to hide the hurt. I tried to stay strong. But every whisper stabbed deeper. Aaron noticed, but instead of comforting me, he became distant. He wasn't cruel, he wasn't cold, he was just overwhelmed. And I wasn't his employee anymore. I was his responsibility. The weight changed him. The stress changed him. The marriage changed us. He brought work home. I brought insecurity to the table. We fought over small things that weren't small at all. And one night, he said something that shattered me. "I don't know how to be your boss and your husband at the same time." I didn't answer, because I didn't know how to be his wife and his employee at the same time either. Months passed, distance grew, silence swallowed us whole. Then one evening I found something, an email, from his ex-wife. She had reached out, and he had replied. Not romantically, not emotionally, but enough to break something inside me. I confronted him. He said it meant nothing. He said he only replied to keep things civil, but the damage was done. I realized that loving someone with a broken past means accepting that not all their ghosts disappear. Sometimes, they come knocking. It wasn't a dramatic ending, no screaming, no slammed doors, no betrayal story worthy of gossip. It was quiet, painfully quiet. I simply placed my resignation letter on his desk. He looked at it, then at me, and for the first time in a long time, his eyes softened the way they used to. "Is this what you really want?" he whispered. I shook my head. "No, but it's what we both need." He didn't argue. He didn't beg. He just held my hand, tight, desperate, like he was memorizing the shape of it. And then, he let go. Leaving him felt like ripping off my own skin. But slowly, very slowly, I learned to breathe again. I found a new job, new routines, new versions of myself. We didn't talk for months, until one day, he emailed me. Not to ask me back, not to reopen wounds, just one sentence. "I hope life is gentle with you now." I cried for hours, not because I wanted him back, but because for the first time, I believed it. People ask me that sometimes. Would I do it all over again? My answer is always the same. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Because loving him taught me that even broken hearts can love deeply, that not all stories are meant to last forever, and that some people walk into your life not to stay, but to change you. And he changed me in ways I will carry for the rest of my life. Some loves don't end with someone being right or wrong. Sometimes they end because they weren't meant to survive the real world, but they still leave us better, softer, wiser, and more capable of loving again. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Someone out there needs this message today.